Learning about health in developing countries can transform our conception of the world and ourselves.
There are parts of the class that were extremely, like you said, overwhelming, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think that's one of those kind of things that's necessary.
In many parts of the world, strenuous, dangerous treks are made to obtain water contaminated with pathogens. Nearly 2 million children die of diarrhea each year. Half the Sky details enormous inequalities that exist in many countries, leaving females with few rights and vulnerable to sexual assault and honor killings. Afghanistan suffers from one of the highest levels of infant mortality and maternal mortality in the world. Here, obstetric fistulas are common.
I never heard of fistulas before, and learning about it was kind of upsetting, and I had no idea that it was a problem and that these women were suffering from them and exactly what they were.
In God Grew Tired of Us, we see how the lost boys from Sudan adjust to life in the U.S. Chicken exposes the dangerous working conditions many immigrants endure in American slaughterhouses. What can individuals do to reduce suffering in the world? Do we have a moral obligation to help?
Because learning about all this stuff, I find it hard to know about it and ignore it, to not do something about it, to not want to get involved. So I feel like it changed me in a lot of ways, and I thought about this a lot. The song Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson, I've always loved, but a line in it, that I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love, I found was interesting because I'm so used to just being in a box and seeing my world and my vision, and then learning about all this stuff going on, I found it hard to close my eyes to it now that I know about it. I feel like now there's so much that I want to do that I have to really narrow it down and see what is possible and what I can do.
During the semester, I read an article called Run for Congo Women, benefiting the Women for Women International Congo program. I plan on setting up my own fundraising run sometime in the very near future. GRACE Project is the global response to African children's education, whose mission is to invest in the future of poor and orphaned children in sub-Saharan Africa by providing them with quality education, basic health care, and nutrition. Due to this class, I've become more involved with this organization and plan to travel there within the next 6 months. The students are eager to learn as shown here at the Tutoring Center, and the community is excited to have the doors opening to 4th and 5th graders in January of 2011.
So for our taking action, Jewel and I worked together, and we decided to do a fundraiser for an organization called Playing for Change, and they build music schools and donate instruments to children in developing countries that don't have access to that. So we did sort of like an open mic night to raise money for that organization, and we raised over $100, so it was a successful event, and we're planning to repeat it this year. So.
Yes. Music is one of those universal things that bring joy to people despite whatever kind of issues you're facing, and how they want to bring that to children, you know, who are facing the worst kind of issues in the world, the worst kind of maladies that they can face.
The Playing for Change Foundation's mission is to ensure that anyone with the desire to receive a music education would have the opportunity to do so. The Playing for Change Foundation is dedicated to the fundamental idea that peace and change are possible through the universal language of music.
Playing for Change has recently created a free music program in Nepal and a school of music and dance in Ghana. The school provides 150 children with a safe environment to learn in, as well as the opportunity to share their cultural and musical traditions with other children around the world.
Leona and I, at the Playing for Change fundraiser at Monmouth University, where 7 different performers shared their talents.
I think it definitely wakes you up and makes you realize that you can't ignore those kind of things that go on.
Yeah, just to wrap that up, I guess we'll just say, it really shows you, to be thankful for what we do have here. And, even though it is overwhelming, at some point just to have a positive outlook and know that even though you are just one person, that you can still make a difference.
Thanks.
Thanks. Yeah.